Always wonderful support for both teams, no matter where they go in the world. Japan playing in the white shirts with the famed red stripes, white shorts, white socks. Manu Samoa, their traditional outfit. Blue shirts, blue shorts, blue socks with white around the top. As Japan line up away to the eastern end, that's away to the left, as they prepare to receive the traditional challenge of Samoa, the Sivitao, as the team forms a circle just in front of their own 22 away to the western end. There's this lovely anticipatory buzz around the stadium.
This very full stadium, it must be said.
Already the Chihus are starting to come out of the crowd. Now they break ranks and slowly walk towards the 10 metre.
Samoa! Kakokawa Samoa! Namaru! Namaru Samoa! Namaru fight! Namaru Samoa! Namaru fight! Namaru Samoa ne wosa! Isi si maru na suno! Wosa ne mane beato! Olo maro si wato! Ne fata for my sources! Never let one way with it! No Samoa! No Samoa! No Samoa! No Samoa! Maru!
Magnificently led by Salala Lam. The challenge emphatically laid down. Now as the two teams break away and just do a few more warm-up exercises. A reminder, these are two teams that have got 5 competition points. 1 win, 1 loss out of their 2 games. Next for Japan would be a matchup with Argentina in Nantes. For Samoa, they would take on England a day earlier in Lille. The winner of this game gives themselves a shot at finishing second at the group. They give themselves a shot at the knockout stages.
Yeah, and Nigel, as you said at the start, it could not be tighter with both teams level on competition points. Ties on tries with 6 each, with just 1 point separating them from total scored. 54 for Japan, 53 for Samoa, and a 2-point margin the last time they met. And just to put it all together, Samoa is ranked number 12 in the world and Japan is ranked number 13.
Let's introduce you as well to our third team. It is your match officials led by the experienced Jaco Piper of South Africa. His assistant referee is Dr. Ben O'Keefe of New Zealand. Assistant referee too is Craig Williams of Wales. And it's another South African, Marius Jonker, who has television match official duties. And Samoa won the toss. They will kick off and they will play from right to left, that is east to west here at Stade Toulouse.
And they've met in the last 3 Rugby World Cups. In 1999, Samoa won 43-9. In 2015, Japan won 26-5. 2019, Japan won 38-19. Obviously not the 3 last World Cups, but they've met 3 times in the World Cup. And the last time, heavy Japanese victory. But they played recently. There was only 2 points between the teams.
All is in readiness, jam-packed. We wait for the countdown, and that's on the way. The experienced right footer Christian Liliafano gets us underway, kicks out towards the right wing. Cornelson climbs high and takes it just outside the 22, around 13 in from his left wing touch. Slow ball, Saito, the late replacement, coming in for Nagare. What a moment for that young man. Just outside the 22, he goes to the air and a good chase. It's going to come down midfield, tracking back, beautifully taken by McFarlane, but he's hitting good defence by Japan. Ball comes out. It's going to be a penalty against Japan. And straight away, an opportunity for Samoa to get back onto attack, but we know the kicking game is so important. We know how Japan love the opportunity to attack.
Oh, he's going for goal.
Well, now this doesn't surprise me, if you don't mind me saying, Hugo.
No,
the man stepping up to kick is Alai D'Angelo Lewela. Been lucky enough to watch this young man play in New Zealand. He spent a couple of seasons with the Waikato team. Myself, I live in Hamilton, New Zealand. This guy can kick it. As they like to say, he got leg.
Yes,
but
indeed.
He is so beautifully relaxed and balanced, and he's just got a lovely natural stroke to him. So this is well in his range, and this would be just a nice little reminder, if he can knock it over to Japan, about how disciplined they need to be, not only in their own half, but maybe in a little bit of the opposition's as well. This is in line with the right hand upright, maybe just outside. He's 3.5 metres his side of halfway. It's a good kick. It'll be 55, 56 on the angle. Steps around, comes through, lovely strike, flows through the ball, just under, but not by much. The ball is cleared away to the left-hand side of play. And 2 minutes gone, no score. First scoring opportunity missed from distance.
Yeah,
must be
from distance, but it was a very good effort. But Samoa now have a very good attacking line out, just 10 metres outside the Japanese 22. And what can they do? With this, we've seen, as Echo Piper calls a hold.
Just a little bit of an issue here. I'm saying there was just a bit of an issue with regards to strapping. I think it's with Teleni Seal, their blindside flanker, number 6.
Very good position for Samoa.
By 10 metre mark, 22, far side of play. That's the right wing as Samoa look at it. Nice easy ball at the front through Fritz Lee, jumping at number 2. Now they look to try and drive. Slow ball, sitting at the back. Tamotani looking, still barking, still moving forward though. They're just short of the 22. 5 in from that right-hand touch. Still crawling forward, making progress. Still going, still in the back. Now it breaks away, now it comes away to the back line. Taking on the line, good strong carry. That was Manu. Tamotani wanting to come away, good little wrap around, driving through. Away it comes, little kick. Liliafano, but it rebounds off Japanese legs. And they're able to recycle this ball. Goes away, Matsuda onto the right foot. Low kick as he found touch. It sits up nicely for Paeawa. Comes up to halfway. Going to go for a runner's Duncan. Making good defence. Dylan Riley was one of the tacklers low. Tamotani right. Aloa Mile. Taking 16 in from the left wing touch. They go that blindside though. Paeawa again on the carry. Little offload to Taufua. Coming back to the right hand side. Lamb, who led the Civitao so passionately, carries forward. Tamotani again wants to continue to its centre field right. Nice skip ball, and they find Seal. Not getting over the gain line much at the moment. Manu has to stop, pop, steps, tries to burrow his way through, but he did so by going in behind his co-captain for the evening, Fritz Lee. And so it's an accidental obstruction and be an opportunity for Rikia Matsuda, the first 5 for Japan, to look down a 15-metre corridor away to the left wing side. He's on the 10-metre mark in his own territory and try and put the Brave Blossoms into Samoan territory for the first time.
And they really need to, because, Nigel, it's been really all Samoa at the moment as they're dominating, and Masuda missed the kick to touch before, which was crucial when they were trying to get platform in the Samoan half. But now that they've been taken with the penalty, having won the penalty, they've taken maximum advantage and put it down into the, literally on the 22-metre line.
Now here's an early change, and this is Teleni Seal coming off after just 5 minutes, and he's hobbling a little bit on an ankle. And so Brian Ananawasi, who was a late replacement on the bench with the exclusion of Chris Vui. He now comes in, so he'll go into the second row, and Stephen Luatua, you suspect, would go to that 6th position. Ball is slapped down. Nicely won. Lamb at first receiver. Strong carry by Taufua. Still inside the 22. Swept away. Back to the right foot of Liliafano, who looks away to the right touchline. He finds it very, very well. Japan go quickly, though. No mucking around. They find Lemeki. From his 5-metre mark, he puts the ball nice and high into the blue sky. Coming forward is Taufua. It misses everybody. Lamb trying to get a hold of it. That's Ben the wing as opposed to Salala the hooker, but it's Japan. Little tops kick. That's a lovely kick by Saito, but it sits up. 5 outside their own try line for Paia'awa, who turns and pivots, puts the ball onto the right foot, and that's a lovely clearance by Duncan Paia'awa. Takes play from just 5 metres out from the Samoan try line to just a metre short of halfway near side of play. That's the northern side. It'll be a right wing throw-in for Japan, who are playing from east to west, left to right in this first half. Just under 6 gone, no score.
And the crucially was that Japan, having got the penalty and put the ball onto the Samoan 22, lost the line out, and now this is the second line out. What can they do better on this time round?
Michael Leach moves to the front. They go straight to the veteran, who cuts it down quickly to Saito, and away it comes. Opportunity now for Nakamura. There's a lot of the donkey work in midfield, the second 5. Nice little short ball driving forward. Good gain line for Japan, who are now 6 metres inside Samoan territory. They keep going to this left-hand side. Driving forward. This time can't getting over the gain line. Good defence by Samoa. Back centre field on halfway. Labaskatni, the grey headgear. Carries. Again, 5 inside Samoan territory. Ball comes back. Kick comes up. Chase coming from outside. Matsushima charging, but it's nicely taken by Benlad. Calmly, excuse me. And he just decides he'll take the mark, and he will look to kick this ball down the left-hand side. It's a good kick by Ben. Again, play is going to be marked 5 metres inside Japanese territory. Again, another near-side throw-in. Just under 7 gone, no score.
Yeah, and Japan again, that was a poor kick. It was not, gave his teammates no chance to get up and put pressure on Samoa, and it was too easy to be captured, to be caught and marked and kicked at leisure down into the Japanese half. Japan have started slowly, and it's a little bit like this sort of their whole World Cup or the last sort of couple of seasons. Japan, we remember to our cost, having beaten Ireland in the last Rugby World Cup. They've struggled a lot over the intervening period, and even in the first matches in this Rugby World Cup, they've sort of struggled to get to the form that we sort of had come to associate with them. Point made by Jamie Joseph in press conference this week.
It's a little bit of a delay here as Giwon Gu, the tight head for Japan, just get some blood taped up. Mind you, we want you to get involved in all of the conversations via social media. The hashtag you need to use is RWC2023, RWC2023. You can give us a follow on all the tournament social platforms. It's a nice, easy address for all of them at Rugby World Cup. And of course, Rugby Pass TV is the home of Rugby World Cup archives from 1987. Tournament Hugo played at to 2019, Lina Talomu, all available on rugbypass.tv or via the RPTV app. Shotahorie to throw this line out, and again they go to the front to Leach. Just easy ball away to Labaskatni, and again there's a good carry. This time it's by the skipper, Himano. Another kick coming forward here from Saito. Good chase coming. Up and taken by Lamb. Bumps off one, bumps up Horie, then goes again. Drops and presents. 5 in from this left wing touch. Away to Fritz Lee. Taken by his opposite Labaskatni. Now 15, and ball goes back. Le Wheeler onto the left foot, driving it long. Beautiful kick. Lemeki, though, is in very good position. Takes it inside the 22. Now he comes out. He goes for a kick. This is going to come down on the 10-metre mark in Samoan territory. Oh, it's a little bit bobbled, and Lemeki's got it. 5 in from the right wing touch. Leach whips the ball away. Awkward though. Now they get it wide. Almost an intercept by Manu. It's been knocked on. Oh my goodness, for a moment it looked like Lemeki was away. Then we thought it was going to be an intercept by Manu. 8 minutes gone. Still no score. Plenty going on though.
Plenty going on indeed. And actually just there we saw the ball going up and the ball coming down, and McFarland went for it without much conviction, and instead of letting it to his fullback, who was in a very good position behind him, the ball went loose then, and then and the Japanese, trying to get it wide, floated the ball across that was almost picked off for an intercept, and had he caught it, he was under the posts. So a let off for Japan, and crucially they've got the scrum just inside the Samoan 10-metre line.
Well, this is going to be interesting, because this is the sort of area where Tony Brown, the attack coach, likes to play a little bit. Centre field, 11 inside Samoan territory, as Hugo McNeil points out. 3 Japanese players stacked to the left. Another 3 to the right, near side. A little trickeration that they got cooked up. One thing they will need, though, is a solid platform to try and work said trickeration off. 9 gone, no score. Good scrum. Saito goes for a scamper. Wants to get this wide to Riley. Riley with a little dab through. Tamotani was scanning across. Paeawa just manages to get the ball back inside. Now Samoa going to look to clear. Liliafano under pressure. Nice right-footed punt down the left-hand side. Japan wanting to go quickly, and they do. Matsushima looking, trying to dance, spin away from Tamotani, then he gets hit. A big shot by Alan Oesi on the 10-metre mark in Samoan territory. Back midfield they go through Shitahorie. Continuing left again. Wide it comes. Bit of space here. Out wide to Leach. What he's doing over on the left wing. Cuts back in. They take him down inside the 22, 7 in left wing. Touch right, running ball again. Short ball. Fakatava tries to get those big legs a pumping. Now they go back short side. There's Leach again. He's just tireless. Oh, but this time they get over the top and they turn it over. Needed a few more bodies there with the 34-year-old. Nice work, and slowly dragging himself up off the ground is Salala Lam. I think he's taken a couple of shots there and earning that turnover. 10 gone, no score.
Well, the Japanese will be very frustrated with giving away what was a very soft penalty, having got into the Samoan 22. They started for the first time to get phases put together from one side to the other, people running at good lines, coming and looking for the offloads. So it's a fascinating match as both sides struggled for get the ascent in these early stages. Samoa started the stronger. Japan have now come back to even the score. No actual score on the board, but the score in terms of the balance of play between the two teams.
It's a wonderful contest, and these two teams do have a history of good contests. Played earlier this year, that was 24-22 Samoa. That was a game played in Sapporo. Line out, 3 metres short of halfway, beautifully taken down by McFarlane, who really has dominated the line out for Samoa at this Rugby World Cup. Now they drive over halfway. They had good success early. Japan trying to stop the ball. Now it goes to the ground, and Tamotani swings it away to this left-hand side. Liliafano. There's Fido coming across from the right wing, but they've stopped him. He's bumping people off, but he's going backwards. He's on the 10-metre mark in his own territory. Tamotani. Liliafano. They want to come to the left. Here's Lewela. Ball comes out. They're going to play the knock on by Samoa. Very good defence by Japan. Just a timing a smidge off with the attacking move that Samoa were trying to play. Lewela slow to get up, and he's now favouring a left ankle.
Yeah, and as Lewela limps back rather gingerly, Japan's defence was much stronger after the last couple of phases there, and then really took on the Samoans and refused to give up any territory, and now they've got the scrum.
Good position as well. 13 in right wing touch. 12 inside Samoan territory. There is a blind side there if they want to use it. And Kitaro Matsushima is lurking currently behind the scrum.
Yeah, he looks as though he's going to come into a position that will take the ball from the scrum half. What have they got planned? The centres are back, both level with each other. Good position for Japan. What can they do with it?
Fed nicely. Now Matsushima comes away to this right-hand side. They go to Matsuda. Now they get it nice and wide again. To Lameki. Trying to get to the outside. Nice tackle to Muamanu. Oh, but he's still going. He's just got up and just kept rumbling down that left wing side. They're only 5 metres out now, Japan. Ball comes back in. Labuskakni. He's over! Samoa asking, was it accidental offside? Japan have played to the whistle and they strike first. Peter Labuskakny with the try. 5-0, 13 minutes gone.
And a really excellent try, because they shaped as though they were going to go down the short side, dragging the Samoan defence, and all it needed was one defender more to come over, because suddenly as Japan moved it wide, what became clear was they had an overlap. And the whole key question, we're going to the TMO.
You're correct. Number 8 catches the ball, and number 7 that takes it off him. Number 7 is behind him.
Yes.
Try is good.
So there's no obstruction. The player in front actually plays the ball.
Correct. Try is good.
Thank you.
Quick, efficient.
Fritz, we've cleared it. The front player actually plays the ball back into the back player, so there's no obstruction. It's like a pass. Thank you.
There you hear confirmation. Well communicated by Jaco Piper.
And really an excellent try by Japan. Now, having created the overlap, each of the men ran straight, committing to not allowing their opposite number to drift outside, and the Matsushima was in a great position. And what can they do with this?
Rikia Matsuda with his first kick of the match, 10 metres in. Left wing touch. Half a metre. Outside the 22. A deep breath. Now exhales. Hands just held in front of his chest. Now he moves in and just sweeps the right foot through. Guides it perfectly down the middle. Full allotment for Japan, who leads Samoa 7-0. 14 and a half minutes gone in Toulouse.
And as soon as he kicked it, he turned and ran back, pumping his fists, as he knew that it was going straight through the post. We saw him sort of practicing beforehand, and he was kicking very well. And he's continued that into the game. Well, after Samoa looking as though they'd made the sharper start, getting the upper hand early on, find themselves 7-0 down. What can they do at the restart?
Still watching D'Angelo Lewela, who's really struggling with an ankle. Continues to play on. Fakatava takes the restart. 15 in from his right wing touch. Remember, we've got Japan playing from east to west. That is left to right. In your mind's eye, our commentary position here on the near side, the northern side of this wonderful rugby stadium, the heart of this wonderful rugby region in France. Another box kick by Saito, taken nicely by Paya Awa, who comes in field and gets the legs taken out from underneath him. 5 inside Japanese territory, swept away to the right, and Lee goes for a big charge. They want to come back this blind side left. Find Paya Awa. McFarlane looking for the offload. Diving take by Lewela. Keeps the play alive. Tamotani to Lay. James carries. Swept away right again. Now Paul Aloamile carries. They come back left again, trying to work this blind side. Lay's taken down, 15 in from this left wing touch. They go back right to centre field. Lee with another carry. Not as much of a head of steam on that particular run from the co-captain. All the way to McFarlane with another big carry. Geez, been impressive, this young man. Lewela straight ahead from Alai D'Angelo. And this is under advantage now. Alanoesi. Tamotani wants to try and snipe his way through, and Jaco Piper says, I've seen enough.
Yeah,
so it's a penalty. Interesting to see what the option here is from Japan.
He gave it.
Samoa, excuse me.
No, he gave it. I thought it was maybe a high tackle at first, but indicating that there was Japan were offside. And this is, as you say, Nigel, a very interesting decision. It's sort of they're 10 metres from the touchline, 5 metres beyond the Japanese, the 10-metre line, but he's going to put it into the corner.
Draws a nice warm round of applause from the fans. Not a great kick though by Christian Liliafano, and he's really disappointed. It's maybe only 6 metres inside the 22. That well short by his high standards.
Absolutely, but it still gives them a good platform if they can win this line out, because they've looked strong.
The line out has been very good. Alan Oasi is a big body. McFarlane will be the man they'll be looking to get into the air though, as Lamb holds the ball, and it's a little overthrown, and Himeno dives on it. Did he knock it on? Yes, he did. Oh, and Samoa just with a little bit of a fortuitous break there. Kazuki Himeno was well and truly the first man there.
Well, a lot of the Japanese fans, or maybe some of the French neutrals, are expressing their displeasure with that decision, but it was the absolute correct one, and Himeno will be very, very disappointed, because having Japan disrupted the Samoan line out, the ball was knocked back, and they were in a great position to dive on the ball and then drive over, enabling themselves to clear it. But instead, with the knock-on, it goes back to a Samoan scrum just inside the 22. So a huge turnaround the way that play played out, and it gives Samoa a great platform.
For those keeping count at home, 18 minutes for the first wave to come rippling round the stadium.
No.
This is a wonderful opportunity for Samoa, though. 17 metres in left wing touch. They've kept Ben Lamb away to that blind side. Open side is right, and now a free kick given at scrum time. The front rows aren't going anywhere. They're packing them down again. Little smile on the face of Jaco Piper, who I think knew a scrum was coming.
Yeah, and I think it's funny, sort of the Mexican wave going around as though that there's not enough entertainment or going on the pitch, and we're actually in a very pivotal moment in the first half, and a great position for Samoa, and what will they do of it? And I don't know if the French fans have led the Mexican wave, and the Japanese have gone along in politeness.
England lead this pool 3 wins out of 3. Japan and Samoa bonus point wins apiece. Argentina, they win without the bonus point over Samoa. Really tightly compact. This is a key game here on Rugby World Cup Radio. Good scrum coming here from Samoa. They've earned a penalty. It's twisting, it's turning, collapses. Here comes another big decision for Samoa. Do they go to the corner? Or do they try and take some points? 19 minutes gone, they trail 7-0 to Japan.
Yeah, I think as Christian Leofano goes around congratulating his forwards, he's getting bringing the ball back. What's he deciding to do? Yeah, no, I think he's going to go for the corner. They're going for the try.
I always find it fascinating when a back comes in to congratulate the forwards when it comes to a scrum, because we all know you backs have no idea what we're doing up front, Hugo McNeil.
Absolutely, but as long as the ball comes back to us, that's all we need to know.
At least you're being honest.
Always.
6 metres out from the left-hand corner flag. Lamb holds the ball high as Samoa meander into position. Luatua in the middle. They go to the back to McFarlane. Now they drop it back to Luatua. Nice wee change of direction. This is under advantage as well. Samoa can take a few shots here. Tennant picking and driving, but going nowhere. More advantage. You heard the call coming through by Piper. 5 metres out. Poor pass.
We may be also, as that sort of brings back the advantage, we may be getting into yellow card territory.
Yep, very good point, Hugo. It's Leach and Labuschagne as well, 2 experienced operators. Samoa decide to go for a scrum, and this is quite smart as well, because they've had the ascendancy there. And
yeah, absolutely.
Another strong scrum, maybe earn another penalty, and maybe what you're alluding to will just start creeping even more and more into the mind of referee Jaco Piper.
Maybe a penalty try, and if I was in the Samoan pack, having gone through the first couple of scrums where they clearly had the initiative, this is a great position, and really your money would be on Samoa scoring a try one way or another from here, but they've got to execute it.
Japan have conceded 5 penalties in the first 21 minutes of this game, just the one conceded by Samoa. Back line all the way to the right. Good scrum, well held by Japan. They come away. Oh, they flick the ball out the back to Lamb. Did he knock it backwards? Yes, he did. No, he didn't, says referee Piper. I love the move, though. What happened was it was a good, solid scrum. Ben Lamb cut to the left. Tamotani ran to the right and then reverse flicked the ball.
Well, and I think what came of that was that the actual Japanese scrum was far stronger than the last scrum, because if they felt that they'd got a nudge on immediately, I think they would have kept going. But having seen Japan match them, and that was the critical thing, that Japan held it steady, they went for the high-risk option. It looked fantastic for a moment, but now it's given Japan a great chance to clear their lines. And so this is a huge play in the context of this match so far. And now, but Japan have got to execute the final part of it, getting clear of their own line, and they're putting the ball into the scrum 10 metres from the touchline, 10 metres into their own 22. So not easy to get great distance, but really important for Japan.
Yeah, very awkward angle, particularly if you've got right-footed kickers. Big scrum, collapsing right in front of Jaco Piper, and looks over at his assistant referee on this near side, which is Ben O'Keefe of New Zealand, and they're communicating quite strongly.
Yeah, it looked for a moment as whether the Japan had lost the ball against the head, which would have been catastrophic for them. But as they're going to settle again, Japan will try and get a stronger platform off the scrum that held up crucially the Samoan drive just a minute ago.
So again, very little change. As they pack this down again, stayed in the same position.
Keep the gap.
So from Samoa's point of view,
Crouch.
they are 8 metres in from the left wing touch,
Bind.
15 metres out from the try line.
Set.
Excuse me, it's a loose head and feet throw for Japan. My apologies there. Ball comes away. They look to carry. A lot of the Samoans are back expecting the ball to be kicked. And in fact, their countrymen have won the turnover. Now, at what point, Hugo? We're 23, coming up 24 minutes gone. You trail by 7 points to 3. And now, D'Angelo Luella is going to take a shot for goal and try and get some points on the ball for Samoa, who really have dominated the last 7-8 minutes of this contest.
They have, and it was a really strange decision for the Japanese. They tried to put a man short down the short side and then run the ball to the left-hand side, which was the huge left-hand side, but they didn't have an overlap. And they brought the ball into engagement and then turned it over and given Samoa a great chance to narrow the score. So having done the hard stuff in the 2 previous phases, that was a really, really soft concession of play. But you couldn't say that it wouldn't be a fair balance on the reflection of the balance of play.
I think what they were trying to do was, because they saw the Samoan players back so far, they thought maybe set a target, little dink over top, and let's see what you can cook. But
it was very tentatively done. You need to be somebody who's making the decision. Take that on and lead the defence out.
Luella from the left of the uprights guides it easily down the middle, and Samoa are on the board. 25 minutes gone, 15 to play in the first half. It's 7-3 in favour of Japan.
Well, Japan will be a bit frustrated there. It looked like they'd done the hard stuff and had the grounds to come away with their 7-point lead intact, but they now have a 4-point lead. And what will they do with the kickoff? Will they try and hang it? The first one really didn't give themselves a chance to win the ball back. Can he hang it higher? That's much better.
Decides to hang it high. He's hung it well high. What an opportunity. Taken nicely, though, by Samoa inside their 22. It's actually Ed Fido coming in off the right wing who's claimed it. 15 in from the right wing touch. 5 inside the 22, reaching back is Tamotani. Looking for touch. Finds it. Japan think, do I want to go quickly? No, I don't, says Kitaro Matsushima.
Maybe they've softly just given back the initiative a little bit to Samoa. It was a beautiful kick off. It hung up there for ages, and you were looking at to see which of the Japanese were going to contest for the ball in the air, and in the end none of them did. And so it gave actually Samoa a very easy platform to get clear and take play down to just about a yard from the halfway line. Very fascinating game, this balance. Swung one way to Samoa, then back to Japan. Now it's gone a little bit to Samoa.
Hodier throws taken down at the front. They get it into midfield nice and quickly, where Labaskakni is waiting to set the target. Right on halfway centre field. Himino, hard step off the right foot, driving forward. Great surge by the skipper. 5 inside Samoan territory. Penalty given. Advantage, I should say. They want to come away. Leach shows one way, gets through looking for the offload. Can't find it. Just drops to the ground and presents well. New advantage again. You hear the call coming through from Yako Piper. Let's have a listen to this. Some conversations by the sounds of it going to happen here.
That's the second penalty in a row that he's charging at me. You control him?
Yeah.
Okay. First one is your number 2 not clearly releasing, and then you're off your feet, and this one, don't kill it.
Nice, clear, concise instructions from an experienced world-class rugby referee. There's no doubt. There's no doubt whatsoever in the way he delivered, in particular about the player coming at him repeatedly, who was in charge of this game. And Japan are going to take a shot for goal here. And again, it will be Rukia Matsuda. He was successful with the conversion. This is going to be...
And maybe a little bit of a record, Nigel. It's 27 minutes before we heard the first strains of the Marseillaise were coming out from some of the French supporters. And it's this wonderful thing that they do, and no matter who's playing, at a certain stage in the game, they'll decide it's right for the Marseillaise. And gentle version of it there, but I'm sure we'll hear more of it before the night goes on. But great chance for
because it's been
Japan.
such a quite engrossing
Absolutely
game. Twos
engrossing
and
game.
fro's.
Absolutely engrossing game.
Lovely moments. Here is Ken Matsuda with the hands just in front of him, wide, as if he's grabbing a ball in his hand. Now he moves forward and he strikes it. He strikes it delightfully from 40 metres out. He extends the Japanese advantage back to 7 points, 10-3, 12 to play in the first half.
That's very good, because they gave away, at the end, having defended pretty well, they gave away a soft 3 points to Samoa, and actually to be able to go up into the Samoan half and come away with having taken those 3 points back, they'll be very pleased with that.
Liliafano restarts. Back peddling, taken by Labuskakni, although just about claimed by Tamua Manu. Penalty though, as Samoa deemed to have gone off their feet and killed the ball. So an opportunity for Japan to exit from their own 22.
And you know, there's a good point you made, as that Tamua Manu came up, the ball was hanging beautifully, and he was just about a half a second short, rising in the air, and would have taken it and would have had a good chance to go in and score, but it was just a little bit far for him. But a really good kick chase, as Japan don't really gain much ground from that penalty. Maybe about 10 metres that takes them up near their own 10-metre line.
Shota Horie grabs the ball in front of Ben O'Keefe, twirls it in his hands. Stands and looks for his target, and again they go to Leach, who gets the ball down and away to Labuskakni. He moves the ball on to Himino. Again, they're taken down just short of the 10-metre mark in Japanese territory. Saito goes with the up and under this time, and Ben Lam waits and he takes it. Looks to just power forward looking for an offload, taken to the ground by a combination of Leitz and Matsushima. Luatua, first carry for Stephen. 5 short of halfway. Open side right they go. Paya Awa in at first receiver, hands the ball off to Aloa Mele. Taken down on the 10-metre mark in their own territory. Paya Awa to the air again. Trying to get through, that ball has been touched by Fido. It's taken by Tamua Manu, who was trying to scamper away, but it was clearly forward off the hands of the right winger of Samoa. Half an hour gone, 10-3. This is going to be a scrum, about 5 metres inside Japan's territory. 15 in from the left wing touch, Japan leading by 10 points to 3.
Yeah, and after a shaky start, the Japanese scrum has been looking stronger in the last few scrums, which is important, because that was an area, listening to Samoa talking on the run-up to this game, where they felt they could put pressure on. At the moment, Japan will be very pleased with how that aspect of the game is going, because it was an area where, since there could be a vulnerability, that vulnerability hasn't shown to date.
Just to confirm as well, Theo McFarlane has actually gone to blindside. We said earlier with Teleni Siu going off, we thought that it was probably going to be Stephen Luatua. Luatua stayed at lock alongside Brian Alanawasi, and it's McFarlane that's gone to the number 6 spot. Saito goes for a scamper. Wide. Oh, good space here into the halfway. Riley now to Lameki. Still going, Lameki. Taken down. 5 in from this right wing touch. Great go forward ball for Japan. Labuskakni carries. More advantage for the Brave Blossoms. Way it comes. Shaping the kick. They've got big numbers. Matsushima's gone through. Taken down. 5 short. Just to the left of the uprights. Saito. Ball's just flung over the top to Leach for the corner. Michael! And I think someone's going to the bin as well. Second try for Japan.
Well, as they absolutely congratulate.
On the wrong side of the tackle.
You hear Mr.
Pushes
Piper.
the player from them out of the way. Senegal.
Wow.
What a double blow. The try to Michael Leach in the left-hand corner, taking the score to 15-3. And Jonathan Tamotani sent to the...
Well, that's the best.
Given a yellow card, I should say. Sent to the sidelines.
Well, that's the
because
best
of a cynical play.
That's the best piece of play that we've seen in the whole match, and Japan will be delighted with it, because the ball was moved right. They had decoy runners that were checking the Samoan defence in midfield, and then suddenly they had an overlap, and they carried it up deep into the Samoan 22, and rather than panic, they went through the phases, realised that they had a man over on the left, and executed brilliantly. A fantastic try. Patience, skill, great lines of running, and That is a big blow that's struck by the Brave Blossoms, and their supporters around the ground are absolutely delighted.
Matsuda with another tough conversion. This one even wider than the first try that Labuschagne scored. He'd be just 30 centimetres, a foot if you will, in from the left wing touchline. He's taken it about 4 metres back from the 22. Big deep breath. Now he strides forward and right foot through. That's just gorgeous goal kicking. Never looked like going anywhere else but straight down the middle.
No, it was like it was a kind of a neat number 3 iron in golf. He just hit it right. It went pretty low but went very straight and went very over, and he again turned before it had reached the post and ran back. What a great period of play for Japan.
There's another change with Danny Toala coming on. And I think that is Eli D'Angelo Lewela succumbing finally. He's battled on manfully, but he limps out of here. So another forced change for Samoa, having lost Delaney Seal, now losing Eli D'Angelo Lewela. Danny Toala will probably see Ed Fido maybe move into centre, Tomoe Manu to second. We'll check the alignment. Game is back underway with 7 to go in this first half. Japan with a 17-3 lead. 2 tries as well. How important could bonus points be? And they've got a one-man advantage at the moment, Japan. 15 in, right wing touch, 5 metres inside their 22. Ball swept back to Lemeki. Strong right-footed punt, not putting this one out. Down to Paia'awa. Comes up to halfway, twisting and turning. Then he moves away infield. He's taken in a good tackle by Shorahorei. And Oasi trying to go through the middle, but he offloads. Toala looking for space, tries to bump off one. Good tackle though by Fakatava. Midway halfway, 22. Little offload. Here's Tomoe Manu. Great tackle by Matsushima. Did enough to stop him. They're inside the 22 though. Flat ball to Lee. Horie goes flying in low once again. Right running ball across the front of the 22. Luatua drips the head down. Centre field. Paia'awa just goes around the ruck. 3 inside the 22 centre field. Aloa Mele, great strength by Paul. He gains another 2 metres. Back it comes, Alanoesi. Toala trying to dance his way through. Ball gets flicked back. Now an offload out here to Tomoe Manu. Little kick through. Going back. Ball is kicked dead by Saito. Fans down in this far left-hand corner. I think there's been a little bit of skullduggery there on the Japanese part. I'm hearing Mario Shonka saying he's just fallen over him. No foul play at all.
Yeah, it was probably Samoa's best period of play, but they just ran out of patience a little bit. They were taking it from side to side, and the Japanese defence was showing little signs of creaking. But now they've got a drop kick off from their own line. And a lot of the French crowd, I presume it's of the French, not.
Well, they just watched the replay up on the big screen, and that's what they're not happy about. But it does look bad in slow motion, in real time.
Yeah.
Vastly different, it has to be said. McFarlane to Lay to Lamb. This is midway 10 metre mark, 22 inside Japanese territory. Attacking with a man down. Jonathan Tamotani. Still 6 minutes to go on his yellow card sanction. Wide it comes to Paia'awa, who stepped up at first receiver. Dancing. Oh, fine shot of Horie, whose head goes rocking back there. I think the veteran hookers felt that one a little bit. They come away a blind side. It's a strong carry again. Liliafano's playing halfback. Toala's playing first receiver. Liliafano away to Toala to the right. And then he tries to step his way through. Leach tries to get over that ball but can't. Aloa Mele keeping it nice and tight, Samoa. 4 minutes to play in this first half. They trail 17-3. They need a strike. Lamb head down drives forward. Now Aloa Mele again. The big boppers going about their work. Out it comes here to Taufua. Nice presentation for Luatua. Line with the right hand upright. Wide it comes. Toala. Wide. Paia'awa away to Fido. He tries to dance his way back through. 5 metres short and a penalty.
Against Samoa, I think it was for accidental offside.
Well, there's a check that's just come in from the television match official, so let's listen here.
There we go.
Head contact by number 2,
Red.
Red.
Okay.
Right, let me just get the right angles for you.
We couldn't play through there. The player was on the floor and then he drove himself off his knees. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, Yaku, so here we go. That's your angles.
Okay, so 2's upright, head on head, needs the yellow. So we got foul plays upright, head on head, direct contact, needs the yellow card threshold. Send him to the bunker for field review. Number 2.
Shota Horie is going to be showing a yellow card. This here, though, with the foul play caveat, means that the play is going to be reviewed.
Direct head contact, foul play, meet the yellow card threshold.
Yaku, your mark is 50 metres.
So Horie heads to the sideline, and now they will review that particular play. 8 minutes they have to decide whether to keep that particular infringement, a head-on-head contact in the tackle, as a yellow card, or escalate it and make it a full red card, which would mean that Shota Horie would not return in this particular game.
Well, how significant is that going to be? Because as Samoa had played the ball wide, they are actually stopped. There was a penalty given the other way, but now we come back quite correctly for that element of foul play, and that gives Samoa a great chance as they look as though they're going to go for are they going to go for goal, or are they going to go for the corner again? It looks as though they're going to go for the corner.
Well, they've now even numbers. It's 14 on 14.
Absolutely.
But to be quite frank, Hugo McNeil, former Irish international, former British and Irish line, they've actually had the better, playing with 14 against 15 in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, and this is a big, as we come up to half time, they've gone to the corner before without success. What can they do this time round?
Oh, that's a very good kick by Liliafano. Didn't really try to drill it, just lobbed it, took a bit of pace off it, and he has put this 5 metres out from the left-hand corner post.
Be a huge difference going into the dressing room at 17-10 or 17-8 rather than 17-3. So what big play here.
We go to Luatua, who reaches up and grabs it. They're trying to rumble this one over. It's currently 15, and now they're going forward. Held at the back by Lamb. Still going, inevitable! Salala Lamb with the try. 2.5 minutes out from the break. 17-8 with a kick to come. Japan lead. Samoa's first try of the game.
Yeah, excellent try from Samoa, and they just got won the ball, secured it, started to move forward, started to inch to the left. Japan looked for a moment as though they had checked it, but then Samoa came with another gear, and then there was only going to be one outcome, and that was the outcome that Mr. Piper signalled the try. So we're balanced. It's going to go in probably at half time, either now 17-8 or 17-10. Really, really exciting game. It's gone backwards and forwards and really finely poised.
So with Luela making his way to the sideline with that injury, it's going to be evergreen Christian Liliafano, who will take over the kicking duties. He's a right-footed kicker. Just takes off his headgear. He's using a bright pink kicking tee, the ball perched on it at a 40-degree angle. Steps back. He's got his left foot slightly ahead of his right foot, and that right foot is slightly up on the toe. Looks up at the posts. He's got 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Now it's down to 10. Creeps in. Charge comes from Matsushima. Swept that one, but he swept and just drew the ball past the outside of the left-hand upright, so it's unconverted. 17 points to 8, a 9-point lead for Japan. Just 55 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, and it's been very balanced, completely balanced. As we look at the possession stats, Japan have had 50%, Samoa have had 50% as well. It couldn't be more finely balanced, and the territory is much the same in terms of balance. Really cracking game here.
Just taking their time, Japan. Lameke to restart with 30 seconds to play in this first half. Goes nice and high. Deep, though. Tracking back and taking it very well is Luatua. It's only 10 out from his own try line, though. Good chase line, as always, from Japan as well. Slow ball. Liliafano clears away to the right-hand touch, far side of play. So if Japan want to have one last crack, they're going to have an opportunity. 8 metres inside Samoan territory, left-hand side. In this first half, Japan have been playing from left to right, that is east to west.
But Japan had a chance to win that ball back. It was absolutely, as you said, it was beautifully hung up, but Jack Cornelson seems to stop on his approach to the Japanese player, and the Japanese player had able to pluck it out of the air uncontested.
Michael Leach to throw in. There's nothing he can't do.
But they've lost the line out.
Well, then maybe he can't throw in. The ball comes away to this left-hand side. Aloamile carrying. Leofano playing at half-back. Leach playing at hooker for the line-out. What happens when certain players get sent to the naughty chairs. Time is officially up in this first half. We're now playing until the next infringement, penalty, the next stop and play. Leofano, crossfield kick from Toala. Lamb there. Lemaki, ball bounces to Muamanu. Ball is bobbled forwards. Advantage. It's going to probably end the half. Double knock on. And that's the end of the first half. We've seen 3 tries, 2 to Japan, 1 to Samoa. Half-time score is 17-8. Good 40 minutes of rugby.
It was great 40 minutes of rugby, and even with that last play, the ball nearly had come out to bounce to the Japanese side, but they couldn't got control of it, and there was 3 Japanese players down in front of us with only 2 defenders. Had they managed to secure us, there was a great chance to break away and score a try in the corner, but it kind of bobbled around and nobody won it decisively, and so it's taken it into half-time. The score as it was, 17-8. Cracking game here, and really, really finely balanced, and it's kind of swung from one side to the other. And it's really anyone's game here.
Well, we mentioned it. It's got that playoff sort of implication. It does have a very playoff field. It was an opportunity for Samoa to open the scoring through Lewela, who missed the penalty from around 56 metres out, just falling underneath the crossbar. And then Japan scored first in the 13th minute through Peter Labuschagne. That try was converted by Rukia Matsuda for a 7-0 lead. Then D'Angelo Lewela got Samoa on the board after 25 minutes with a penalty to make it 7-3. Then that was cancelled out just 4 minutes later by a Matsuda penalty to make it 10-3. Michael Leach with a try down the left-hand side, which is converted by Matsuda to make it 17-3. The double whammy being that Jonathan Tamotani was yellow carded for an incident within that particular play leading up to the try. Then we've seen Shota Horie get yellow carded for head-on-head contact. That yellow card is under review. And then Salala Lamb finishing off a beautiful line-out drive. Leofano unable to convert. Half-time at Toulouse. It is Japan 17, Samoa 8. You're listening to Rugby World Cup Radio. My name is Nigel Yolden. Hugo McNeil providing the expert analysis. Our wonderful producer is Mr. Steve Oak. A reminder, very good win yesterday by Uruguay over Namibia in Pool A. Tomorrow, New Zealand, Italy. Massive game. So if Italy could somehow cause an upset, the All Blacks will probably be on the same plane home as me in a week's time. That there is tomorrow night, 9 o'clock in Lyon. Reminder, we want you to get involved in the conversation. This is your tournament. This is your game. Social media, you go there. Hashtag is RWC2023. Give us a follow on all those official tournament social channels. You find us at Rugby World Cup across all the major platforms. Remember as well that Rugby Pass TV is the exclusive home of Rugby World Cup 2023 extended highlights. You can watch it online at rugbypass.tv or download the RPTV app. Half-time, 17-8. The Brave Blossoms leading the Manu of Samoa. It's fair to say that Japan's head coach Jamie Joseph has already left a pretty indelible mark on his adopted nation. He was tasked with leading the Brave Blossoms into their first home World Cup 4 years ago. They did not disappoint. They captured the imaginations of Japanese fans and many rugby fans all around the world. He's been sharing some of his memories of that spectacular tournament.
Here come the players out of the belly of the stadium onto the pitch.
My favourite memory was being in Scotland in the last pool match.
This is a lovely play from Fukuoka inside to Matsushima, who will race in for Japan.
For us, we'd already qualified for the top 8, so it was became more important for us to beat another Tier 1 team, which has never been done before.
Hori gets the offload away. Lovely continuity here from Japan as they step back inside, and the pop-up and the score. Inagaki goes under the posts, and the Yokohama Stadium is in raptures.
It was important to the team that we won that test match. For me as a coach, there was a lot of relief because, making history and doing things that haven't been done before are always going to be, in the history books.
And Japan have stolen it, and racing through is Fukuoka. Is this the moment when seals a quarter-final?
It was the day after a typhoon where a number of people were killed in that evening, in that day before typhoon. Well, it really highlights the difference between what we're really about, a rugby team, playing a game of rugby, all the lives, and a natural disaster that happened, literally 12 hours before the biggest game of rugby in Japan of all time, and puts things in perspective.
They beat Ireland a week ago. Listen to this roar. Japan are in to the Rugby World Cup quarter-finals.
I think from our public, the expectation is quite high in terms of what we did in 19 and replicating or even bettering that. All of the media pressure, if you like, is around how do we get to semi-finals. My question to that is why are they stopping at semi-finals if they think we can get there?
Trying to go down the narrow side, the left, they dive and they're over the line. Japan's second try of the game comes after 29 minutes, and it's Shorei Nakamura after a well-worked move down the narrow side, the left for Japan. He stretched for the line and he got there.
But the World Cup is unique in the fact that it's a tournament which is played into our advantage in 2019. We're very much and have to be a game-focused team. We're Tier 2. We're a Tier 2 team, so we don't have a lot of international depth, but we do have belief and confidence in our group of players, as long as we can keep them all on the field and play to our potential.
Again they come, the quick recycling. Inagaki tries to come forward on his 50th cap. Here's the chance. Mashirawa has got the power to go over, and it is a fourth try. Michael Leach with the touchdown.
My bet is when you look at the senior players in our team, we're quite experienced. We've got guys who have been here 2 World Cups, 3 World Cups. We've got a couple of players here. This is their 4th World Cup. And, so we really need those guys to fire, so to create that opportunity.
As Japan trying to come through, and they work a bit of space, and over the line goes Nakamura. Ryoto Nakamura celebrates his 8th international try, and it was the right decision not to go for the post. Japan trusted themselves, and over they go for another score.
We've been fortunate to have come to France 2 times already, and before the World Cup. I find when the Japanese guys have travelled, we've had a bit of a mixed bag. But what I find is with the Japanese boys, due to the language barrier, the team becomes quite tight because everyone has to sort of stick together. They can't go outside. Not a lot of confidence to go outside and go to a restaurant and go for dinner with those language barriers. So we become quite a tight team. And so when we came to France, a few years ago, and to Toulouse to prepare for that French game, we played particularly well. We drew that test match. We've had some good performances away, but again, the World Cup is a different kettle of fish.
Well, his team at the moment are cooking quite nicely with said kettle of fish. 17 points to 8. They lead Samoa. And a reminder as to how vital this particular game is. At the moment, England lead the pool. They have got 14 points, but we have got Japan with 5, Samoa with 5, and Argentina with 4. Now, all of them have got 2 games left, or I suppose game and a half, since we're at the halfway point of this particular game, but it is so crucial. A win for Japan would give them a shot. Basically, Argentina's got to go and play their South American cousins, Chile, and Argentina were to win that. We're looking at a straight win-and-you're-in game between Argentina and Japan. Samoa win here, Well, they've got the toughest ask because they're going to be playing England in Lille. And England just starting to find a little bit of their mojo at the moment. So vital in Pool D of Rugby World Cup 2023. We're so glad that you are with us and listening, either via rugbyworldcup.com, the official Rugby World Cup 2023 app. You find us in the Match Centre, or you're listening to us via our good friends at BBC 5 Sports Extra, part of their ongoing comprehensive coverage of Rugby World Cup 2023.
And it's kind of interesting because we gave you the territory stats, which were pretty much equal for the first half. But when looking at the possession stats, Japan had a minimally 38%, whereas Samoa had 62% of possession. And that's when we looked at the game, is Japan were able to get into situations and strike for tries in a much more effective way than Samoa did. Samoa had a lot of possession down in the Japanese half, but didn't manage to convert that into points, whereas Japan, when they got into the opportunities, were deadly. When they realised they had an overlap, they executed them beautifully. And that's quite a big lead, 17-8. So what's crucial now in the first moments of the second half, especially with all at stake that you've just outlined so clearly, is really getting on top of possession and getting on top of the territory, trying to grab the scruff of this match by the scruff of the neck. It's ebbed and flowed. So it's been fascinating for the spectators. It's probably been very frustrating for the coaches because it's gone from one side to the other. And really, again, just looking around at this, we've just got a full house in Toulouse.
I think what's going to be interesting as well, Hugo, and something that could be equally as pivotal, is the decision will have been made right now by the bunker, and whether or not we will see the yellow card to the veteran hooker Shota Horie upgraded to a red, or whether it will stay as a yellow. That's going to be equally as influential. We know that Samoa will be back to their full allotment because Jonathan Tamateini's time for his yellow card sanction, which was cynical play, so not under review by the bunker. We know that there, so Samoa will be back at 15, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Because when they met earlier this year, again, there was a red card that was influential in that game, and the result was a victory to Samoa, 24 points to 22, and that was the first time that they'd been able to beat Japan. It might have been in about a decade.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. That outcome of that review is going to be absolutely crucial because it's going to be in the balance of the scrum. Samoa looked as though they started stronger in the scrum, which one might have expected given the sort of relative sizes. But Japan competed very effectively and actually nullified, and so it didn't turn into, sometimes some games can turn into where the scrummage is absolutely crucial, where every time there's a set scrum goes down, the attackers smell blood, the defending and their coaching team saying, well, we're going to give away a penalty. Someone gets a penalty, someone kicks it 30, 40, 50 metres down, and the scrum just comes to dominate the game. But that wasn't the case because Japan actually competed very strongly in the scrums. But if they're going to get the balance of the sort of the play in the second half, or do they have to bring in another forward, therefore cutting them down on the outside? And they've been very effective in creating overlaps. One of the really strikes at Japan when they get an overlap, as we watched on the big screen here, and the Japanese tries in the first half being replayed, they were beautifully executed. Each man just not taking too much out of the ball, each man just doing his job, fixing the opposition, moving it on to the next man to do his job, and then what they ended up with tries.
Great to have the expertise of Hugo McNeil, former Irish international, played at the first ever Rugby World Cup in 1987, a British and Irish Lion tourist to New Zealand in 1983. We've got the mighty Steve Oak doing the production work for us, and great as well to have the boss, Claire McDonnell, here as well. Lovely to see her in person and enjoying a good game. She's going to bring this kind of luck to us. We might have to bring her on tour more often. Right now, our MCs have done a wonderful job getting everybody hyped and fired up. Continue to do the same again. Ahead of this second half, we look down and we watch the Samoan reserves. They've already been somewhat depleted with the injury to Teleni Seal. Seeing him go off, so Brian Alanawasi, who was a late replacement. So what happened was Chris Vui was ruled out of the game for Samoa. So Stephen Luatua started at lock forward, and Brian Alanawasi came on to the bench. Teleni Seal left with what looked like a calf or an Achilles injury. And so he was replaced by Alan Owasi, and Theo McFarlane moved from lock to blindside. And then we've also seen Elida Angelo Luella exit the field of play. He was replaced by Danny Toala. So the only reserves available now to Vaiavasa Manaya Salala Mapasua, the coach of Samoa, is Sama Malola, the hooker, Jordan Lay, Michael Ala'alatoa, the two props, Alamanda Matonga, the reserve loose forward, Malene Mataval, the reserve halfback, and Nerea Fomai, who can play a multitude of positions, but primarily midfield back three options there.
And you hear in the crowd being whipped up by the former French international Vincent Clerc, who was a speedster on the wing. Well, they were revving the French crowd up with the "We Will Rock You," and now both teams are back on the field. And if the second half is as good as the first half, we'll be happy with that.
Well, we're just waiting to get the outcome of the
The yellow card remains a yellow card because the level of danger is not as low. It's not high. There's no mitigation, but the level of danger is low, so it remains a yellow. I'll find out now for you. How much time is left for the yellow?
So there we go. The yellow card against Shota Horie will remain a yellow card because of a low level of danger.
And I think that was a good judgment of things. It was dangerous, but there was mitigating circumstances. But it's a massive call and it's a massive outcome, and I think that's the right outcome. And the match will only benefit from it, but it is the right outcome.
So Shota Horie should return in 6 minutes' time. Tamotani is actually still a minute away. Restart as Japan, who leads 17-8, get us underway in the second half. McFarlane gets the ball down, and a wonderful offload as away comes James Lay. And now the ball has been knocked on as they tried to move this ball left, they being Samoa. So, double knock on. Tamotani, we will see him make his way back onto the field very shortly with that wonderful shock of peroxide blonde hair. Shortish at the front, longish at the back. Goes by several names. It's a mud flap, it's a mullet. Some would call it a waterfall, depending on, well, what part of New Zealand you come from. It's often referenced as a waterfall. He is back on, and he's been very good. There's also a change now as well because there is a scrum, which means that Atsushi Sakata has to come onto the field. And the man who is going to go off is Johnny Nakambola, and you do have to feel a little bit for Johnny because he just really hasn't had anything sort of work for him, anything go his way. He's been a little bit of a passenger so far. And that happens if you're a winger some days.
Yeah, absolutely. And Samoa may feel they've got an opportunity now to try and put the Japanese scrum under pressure. I mean, they did in the first couple of scrums, and then Japan steadied the ship. But now they've got this bit of an advantage. What can they make of it?
The scrum is 15 metres in from the right wing touch as Japan look at it. 6 metres inside Samoan territory. Japan play from right to left, that is west to east in the second half. They dummy away, a little bit of a mistime there. Carrying forward is Lemeke to the 10 metre mark centre field. Saito kicking to the corner, tracking across his Paia'awa, and he's going to take it and call for the fair catch. A bit of a nothing kick there, and now Paia'awa returns the ball beautifully. Long, thumping kick off the right foot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a nothing kick. It was kind of kicked without conviction, without expecting that someone was going to challenge it. And the ball was returned with interest and has ended up inside now in the Japanese half. And they've got a line out just 5 metres from the halfway line. A little bit sluggish, a little bit lazy from the Japanese. They're usually sharper than that. What can they do off this line out?
They're just slowing things down, as you do when you're a man down. Skata finds Leach at the front. Saito with the kick. A little bit wobbly, a little bit bobbly, and it's taken easily by Theo McFarlane. And Samoa just short of halfway. Now look to move this ball wide. Liliafano. Now a kick. Looking for a 50-22, but it's easily gobbled up by Lemeke at the back, and he comes forward. It's a kick that's going to come down on the 10-metre mark in Samoan territory. Tamotani gets absolutely smashed in a well-timed tackle by Lemeke. Samoa, though, retain. Manu, I should say, plays halfback. 10-metre mark, Samoan territory. They keep moving this ball left of centre. Liliafano with the kick. There's some space here. There's some space here if they get a bounce. 50-22. That is great play by the veteran first five.
Oh, that was an absolutely beautiful kick where we'd had a sort of a series of nothing plays from sort of side to side, and suddenly sort of the brilliance of Liliafano just angled his kick over the Japanese defence, and it rolled into just inside the Japanese 22, 4 or 5 metres, and a great position for Samoa to attack from here. What can they make of this?
Well, that's beautifully exploited because the player that they took off was Johnny Nakamura. That is his wing. Great recognition, heads up, smart play, as you'd expect from someone with the experience of a Christian Liliafano.
Yeah.
Line out throw, 2 metres inside the 22, far side of play. That's the Japanese 22 they're inside. Up, and it's a little bit muff. They were trying to hit McFarlane. Luatua's got it, but it's a bit sloppy. Ball comes away. Salala Lamb, the try scorer for Samoa. 15 in from this left wing touch. Tamotani away to McFarlane. Super athlete he is. Takes some stopping as well, does Big Theo. Short ball away to James Lay. Trying to get over the top of that ball. Super work. I think that might have been the skipper, and it was Kazuki Himano. He's fired up as well.
Absolutely. Wow, what an important intervention that was. He just felt that Samoa were getting into a good position, that they were who were dictating the pattern of the half. Have already sort of eaten into the Japanese lead. But what an important turnover that was. Great.
Looking away to the right-hand side is Matsuda. From centre field, 22-metre mark. He's found a nice touch. He's 5 metres short of halfway. Just on 90 seconds to go before Shota Horie returns. So just confirming that his yellow card remains a yellow card. The reason given, low degree of danger. The line out. Go up and Leach takes it nicely. Saito, little double pump, gets the ball away to Himano. Drives forward. This is under advantage as well. Going back. Tackling the player without the ball.
Well, I think also they were coming in an offside position, coming through the line out. But in any case, it's a Japanese penalty, 5 metres beyond their own 10-metre line. And they need to get into the sort of Samoan half and up the impetus, because if anything, they've gone down a gear at the start of the second half. And Samoa, even though they still trail and they're about to give away a penalty and a lot of distance through it, have looked a little bit the stronger team in the second half. What can they do now? The penalty has taken them up between the 10-metre line and the Samoan 22. What can they do from here?
Are you sure that it's just not Japan just trying to slow it down because they're a man down?
Well, I think so, but I mean, that's partly the reason. But this game has shown that we're just going.
Poor Nelson off the top, taking it onto the line. It was Nakamura. Saito with a carry in midfield. This time it's Fakatava. It's taken down. Saito. Carry by Labaskakni's met by Aloamile, short of the 22 by 5 metres. Here's Leach again, taken down by Tamotani. Saito reaching in, they come away left, flat ball across. Riley trying to sneak his way through, but he can't. 5 metres in left-hand touch. Saito runs into Piper, the referee. Nakamura away to Himano. Nothing really cooking now for Japan at the moment, just sort of running into the defensive line wide. Oh, good quick hands. That's super work by Inagaki. Wide it comes.
The space
there. Riley, out it comes. Lurking again is Labaskakni in the wide channels, taking down 3 and from that right wing touch. Back it comes. Inagaki again. Taking down 15 short. Saito. Phase play building nicely here for Japan. They come back again to Himano. Stopped in a big tackle by Aloamile, right in front of the goalposts. Away to Leach. Shows, gets support from Cornelson, then he's taken down. Away it comes again. Oh, that was Nakamura. Chance here for Samoa.
You can stop the game. Yep.
They've got a foul play we are hearing come through.
Yeah. I'm going to show you the actions of number 11, Blue.
Just step away, please, lads.
So Ben Lamb is the man that's being discussed by The two South African officials. Jaco Piper is the man with the whistle. The other voice you're hearing is Maurice Jonker. He's your television match official.
All right, here comes the angles.
So it's 11 blue.
11 blue.
Moment. Jaco Piper's looking at himself now. He's going to get to see the incident.
Here's the other angle. Here we go.
So the shoulder right into the chin of
Head
Labuschagne.
contact, upright, head contact. He meets the yellow card threshold. All agree. Yeah, that's for the bunk. That's for the bunker. That meets the yellow card threshold, number 11.
What you heard the voice of Fritz Lee saying, but he was dropping.
Yeah.
And as you heard Jaco Piper say, that's for the bunker to decide. So, as soon as Samoa get back to 15 men, they are almost immediately reduced down to 14. This is 7 minutes into the second half, and Shotahorie making his way back onto the field. Lamb trudges off, disappointed.
Well, that was really careless. That was really, really careless. They were getting back on top, and yes, he did dip sort of slightly. But on the other hand, it was a lazy, high upright tackle. It wasn't the same duty of care. It shouldn't have been one thing, just the duty of care to his opponent, but actually the duty of responsibility to his team in actually not giving away a lineup, because the ball is now going back to where play is going to resume. It's about 15 metres out from the Samoan line, 5 metres in from touch. As you see, the Japanese making multiple changes at this stage.
Sakata comes off and Shotahorie goes back on, but also coming on is Craig Miller and Asai Ovalu, so the two props are on. And Kanji Shimokawa has come on. Looks like Labuschagne has departed. Now Warner Dunes is trying to get on as well. It's gracious. Like a metro station down there.
Yeah, it was all change.
Well, everyone's got to the destinations.
Yeah, but when we get back, we're in an absolutely fascinating position. And there's a chance for Japan as they look as though they're going to go to the corner. And they lead 17-8. That's another score, another try would be hugely significant in the context of this game.
So Warner Dunes will slot into the second row. So you would assume that Cornelson will probably slide into one of the flanks. Maybe even number 8 with Himeno going to the side. Here's a great opportunity, 5 out. Japan driving. They've got 2 tries already. They lead 17-8. 7.5 minutes gone, second half. Samoa doing a really great job stopping this and forcing them back. Now they've got advantage. They can take a wee shot if they want to. Penalty. Samoa have got to be so careful.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting what they do with this. Do they think their scrum is strong enough to take on the Samoan scrum, or will they go to the corner again? If they go for the kick, there's a lot of discussion going on. This is a really important point in this game. It's been very finely balanced, and they're going to the corner. Yep, having come up short once, they're going to go for that try again.
Matsuda kicks it into that right-hand corner. Ball is dropped by a man around 20 metres back. Shotahorie twirls the ball in his hands, now places it above his head, looks for the target, and it's Jack Cornelson at the front. They look to drive on him. They've got some way on here. Try has been awarded. Who has come up with that? Looks as though it's the skipper, Himeno. 22-8, 9 minutes gone, second half, third try for Japan.
What a great try, and as you're looking around this stadium, the huge pockets of Japanese supporters who've made their way into this great city of Toulouse over the last couple of days are standing and waving and absolutely delighted, because this is a huge score. And you can hear the grounds of Nihon. Really important. They were held up short the first time, but not the second time, and that's the news. Nigel has outlined what a crucially tight group this is, and within this game's crucial score, it was so important. It was who was going to get the first try of the second half, and now Japan, although they have only had 45% of possession, have come up with this vital try, and with a conversion to come.
Matsuda standing. Oh, his kicks have been rather awkward. Third conversion from wide. This from the other side. This is the right-hand side of the uprights. He's 4 in from that right-hand touch. 4 outside the 22. Looking to bend it back, and he's not. And it's a miss for Rikia Matsuda. 22-8 the scoreline remains. A 14-point advantage to the Brave Blossoms. 10 minutes gone, second half.
Now, we've often during this World Cup talked about the importance of once you score a try, dealing with the restart. How will Samoa? They hung the ball up very high the last time round. Japan will want to secure possession and get back in the Samoan half, but really from a Samoan point of view, you feel they've got to score next in this game, because there has been a clear swing to Japan over the last 10 to 15 minutes.
All new front row coming on for Samoa. Sama Malolo, Jordan Lay and co-captain Michael Ala'alatoa come on for James Lay, Salala Lam and Paul Aloamile. Well, we're going to get a decision here.
We've got an outcome from the bunker. We've got an outcome from the bunker. The yellow card's been upgraded to a red card. It's high degree of danger and no mitigation.
Is that similar to what they deal with?
No, it's clear direct head contact, no clear mitigation. Okay.
Red card, Ben Lam. And having conceded a third try, the night gets even tougher for Samoa.
Yeah, if they were looking at climbing a mountain there, that's certainly been just absolutely increased in size.
They go short trying to get that ball through McFarlane, who knocks it on, and now it's going to be a scrum. So just see a little frustration, and this is where the likes of a Fritz Lee, a Michael Ala'alatoa, they've got to get their players on task. Liliafano's trying to do it. We're watching him walk back, and he's talking to Paia Awa. This is when the experience needs to come to the fore.
Yeah, Michael Ala'alatoa, important part, well known to Irish fans. Obviously, he's a central part of the Leinster team in Ireland that's been going so well in the recent years. And now his country really needs the impact that he can bring, because they are facing a mountain now. 22-8 down and a man short, now sent to the red.
Scrum fed. And away come Japan inside their own half. Wide they look to come. Riley gets this ball out to Lemeki with a kick through. Oh, and it's knocked down by Fido. Tried to catch it. He's frustrated and he's angry with himself. And he was trying to catch that ball and trying to spark something back. And it's going to be another scrum. This 11 metres inside Samoan territory, 14 metres in from the left wing side. A reminder that Japan is playing from right to left. That is west to east in the second half. Our commentary position for myself and Hugo McNeil and our wonderful producer, Mr. Steve Oaketts. They're on the near side, the northern side, far side. That's the southern side. Japan wearing the traditional white shirts with the red stripes, white shorts, white socks, and Samoa blue shirts, white shorts.
Yeah,
blue
nothing's
socks.
going, Nigel, in the Samoa's way, because that was Japan, and they had an overlap. They kicked it away, but instead of it being won and taken back down into the 22 or into the Japanese half, they gave away a knock on, and the ball is now once again with the Japanese in a really good position.
Samoa scrummaging with 7, and Theo McFarlane actually standing out on the right wing. Some serious confidence from Samoa, having sent on their new front row.
Yeah, I think the Japanese have been very innovative over the last couple of years in moves that sort of go down the short side. So I think they've decided that they need to maybe take the risk of being exposed on the either side of having 4 defenders plus the fullback, faced with 5 Japanese attackers, the 3/4 and their fullback.
A very half-hearted wave comes past us.
Yeah, so it should be half-hearted probably, because this match is absolutely fascinatingly balanced.
The scrum is going to be reset again. That's eaten up a bit of time. 13.5 minutes gone second half. It was 17-8 to Japan at the break. We've seen Ben Lam yellow carded, which was upgraded by the bunker to a red. And right after that happened, a try. I believe it is to Himeno. Trying to get confirmation of that for you. A little bit more vim and vigour as the Wave makes his second pass via the commentary position.
Great position for Japan. They've got 5 attackers to 4 defenders on the far side of the scrum on the open side of play, with Samoa defending down the short side as well. Here they
Great
go.
scrum, held at the back. Now they try and get the way on. Being held by Cornelson, who's at number 8. Flicks it away to Saito. Comes off Tamotani. Penalty, though, has been earned.
Yeah, and that's for now. Now the pattern of the game really changed, because Japan is now we're looking to hold the scrums sort of evenly balanced. That actually is superior scrum in the last time round, and actually winning a penalty, which they're now going to kick at goal. And the way he's been kicking all evening, bar coming close with the last conversion, you wouldn't blame them. Again, psychologically, another 3 points onto the score. Just building the score, building the platform is what they want to do. They don't need to go to the corner. They don't need to risk the ball.
I'm going to push back, because I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get some a bonus point.
Oh, yeah.
How vital could that be in Pool D?
Oh, no, absolutely.
How vital could
I think
be?
they kind of feel that they've still plenty of time to get the bonus point.
They've got 3 tries as Rikia Matsuda lines up this kick, 13 metres in, left wing touch, midway, halfway, 22. Kick on the angle of around 43. Comes in. Does he like it? Little nod on the head from Ben O'Keefe. 25 to 28 is the advantage now for the Brave Blossoms of Japan. And we have got 25 minutes remaining in this game. So glad that you're with us on Rugby World Cup Radio, and also as well to our good friends BBC 5 Sports Extra, as we see Cornelson take a tumble. 10 metre mark in Japanese territory, 13 in left wing touch. Someone's ploughing in, trying to get to the ball. Ball comes for Saito. Kick goes towards midfield. It's knocked backwards, and now it's been pushed away out here to the left. There's a chance here for Samoa. Paia'awa wanting to go wide to Toala. Taken down on the 22, 7 metres in. Front foot ball, Lee. Hitting a good tackle by Warner Dunes. Tamotani, Paia'awa trying to get that ball away, and all he's done is he's offloaded it to Himeno. Saito looking. That comes to Lamaki. From inside his 22, and it's down, and it's taken by Toala again, driven in a great tackle. Nakambola, and a penalty! As they get over the top, some back chat as well, and now they get marched another 10.
And that's the last thing that they needed. Really, really good defence. Very soft penalty they're given away. Looked for a moment, both there was in the last couple of sequences of play, there was an overlap for both sides. None of them able to take it, and now the opportunity for Japan is to kick the ball into the 22 and go after the precious 4th try.
Penalties mounting against Samoa. 5 in the last 11 minutes. 3 in the last 2.
It's interesting as the teams walk up. Samoa had 53% possession in this game still so far. But the first half they had 61%, and the second half they've only got 25%.
Shota Horie's night is done. So Atsushi Sakata comes on now permanently as Shota Horie bows to the ground, then to the crowd. Warner Dunes was on only as a head injury assessment replacement. So Labuschagne is back on, and he has passed his HIA. Down the back, and it's taken nicely by Fakatava. Saito finds Himeno, away it comes. It's a little bit messy as they get Nakambola involved. Not as smooth and as slick as we associate with the Brave Blossoms. Nice little play there by Saito just to toe the ball, which was about to be dived on by Samoan player to his outside back. So Japan maintained the ball. Penalty though, it's been claimed. Ripped away. Looks like it's been ripped away by Milani Matavao, who's come on and replacing Jonathan Tamotani. That was a replacement we missed. Goodness gracious me. This is Desperate times now for Samoa.
Yeah, you feel the balance of the game has swung clearly against them, not just on the scoreboard as they take it out to the halfway line. It's really important to get something going in the next few minutes.
Well, the other thing too is we've spoken a lot about the importance of keeping yourself in the contention to finish second in the group. A win here tonight would just about guarantee the winning team third, which means you don't have to qualify for the next World Cup in 4 years' time. Big, strong ball carry by Fritz Lee. Halfway. Matavao going for a bit of a run. He offloads as well. He finds Samoa Manu. Manu steps inside ball. Oh, it's been left behind by McFarlane. Gilt-edged opportunity by Samoa squandered. Now Japan, they want to counter down this left-hand side. Out wide it comes to Riley. Nice tackle, Luatu. A little offload though by Riley. Midway 10-metre mark, 22, Japan. Miller bumps, gets the ball away to Matsushima.
It's men over.
Wide here again, Lemeki. Lemeki still going to the outside, Lemeki! But he ran himself into touch.
Oh, Lemeki had a great chance there. He backed himself, but he had a couple of men running in free position. Could have been the crucial score, and Samoa just before that had a great opportunity themselves, but just couldn't convert it. As we wait for a stop in the play as the bagman comes on.
Wonderful ball, just slightly behind a long striding Theo McFarlane. And then Lamano Lemeki really effectively just about ran himself into touch.
Yep.
Wide, he had support. The support was Leach and Labuschagne, who've been lurking with intent in the wide channels, both of them.
He ran, he sort of took it started with an overlap, but he took the overlap away by running across.
A bit of a stop at the moment. We've got an hour on the clock, 20 remain. Japan lead 25 points to 8, 3 tries to 1. Samoa have been reduced to 14 after a yellow card to Ben Lam was upgraded by the bunker to a full red. Japan steal this line out. Himeno just throws the ball to Matsushima. Kotaro beats one, beats another. Still going! He's got a seam down the right-hand side. Needs some support. In and away with the fend. Tries to pop that ball and he does. Oh, but he was into touch. Great covering by Ed Fidel, but oh my goodness.
Well,
Kotaro Matsushima with some razzle.
Oh, it's razzle indeed, and we've seen him do this over the years as we just see the replay on the massive screen.
Oh, they're underway again. Samoa trying to up the tempo now. Samoa Manu looked to pass it to someone. There was no one outside of him. Midway 10-metre mark, 22. They come back centre field left. Alalator with the carry. They take him down. A lot of numbers away to the right. Matavao, though, chooses to kick. Hustling is Lemeki. Takes the ball, goes back into a 22. Now he comes out. He's going to put a kick in. He's going to chase this one. Up and taking it is Tamua Manu, very close to the sideline. He's done well to get down and present right on halfway, 3 and right wing touch. Left, Alatoa. Stopped and driven back, loses 4 metres on the carry. Matavao wants to go left, centre field, Paya Awa. Nice offload.
Beautiful.
Gets the ball away. Malolo trying to high step his way through. Now Alan Owesi on the 10-metre mark in Japanese territory. Cornelson's got him. Taken to the ground. They go left. Matavao has been quite willing to snipe around the fringes in his short time on the field. Left they go again. McFarlane with a big left foot step taken down. Midway 22, 10-metre mark. 15 in left wing side. Right running ball. Another strong carry again by Malolo. Matavao. Alatoa just one off. Driven to the ground. No gain. 10 in, left wing touch. Back centre field, right they try to come. Just another one off carry by Jordan Lay. Leleafano. He finds Alamanda Matonga, who's come on. The replacement Lucy gets up, goes again, rolls, presents. Matavao skips out. Oh, it's gone past a bunch of people. If that could have been picked up. Well, they're saying it's away. Matsushima's going to go the length. He's going to score. It looked for all the world like that ball was knocked on.
Yeah, I think so. And that was my impression when I saw him, and the crowd were on the feet because the ball was played out on Matsushima. Is when he gets to run, that fantastic to see, and it looked as though to the Japanese supporters that he'd come and deliver their crucial fourth try, but it really did look as though
Confirm it's on the blue hand, so we go back. A white hand, so we go back for a knock-on.
There we go.
30 bloke.
There you go. It was Dylan Riley who tried to scoop it up. If he had scooped it up, he was away.
Yeah.
It seemed to drag forward off the right hand. We're getting a replay now on the big screen. Alatoa desperately trying to go back. Riley, it touches his... Let's touch the hands of... No, you can see it touch the left hand of Dylan Riley. Let's listen.
Which number? Number 4. 4. Oh, is it this 10 meter? The Japanese 10 meter?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Well, 25-8 is the scoreline at the moment to Japan. They have 3 tries, and that 4th try, which would have got them that crucial bonus point in Paul D, has been rightly drawn back. Change now with Jack Cornelson coming off. Warner Dunes comes on. So it's going to be a scrum for Samoa.
The frustrating thing as we watched the replay again was that Japan didn't need to knock it on. They had space to for the first man to secure the ball because they had 2 men running in from deep who could have gone the length of the field and scored that crucial 4th try, but they didn't, and now the ball is a scrum to Samoa on the Japanese 10-meter line.
It was the hustle of Alatoa who just dived flat out, and that really is what caused Riley to have to make that split-second choice.
Exactly, 100%.
17 minutes to go in this game. Japan 25, Samoa 8. Scrum. 8 metres in left wing touch. 10-metre mark in Japanese territory. Matavao, Liliafano, away to Tamua Manu. Bumps off one, tries to go again, does Tamua. Good carry to the 10-metre mark, and he presents nicely. Fritz Lee low and driving. That's a super surge by the co-captain for the day. Alan Oasi. They're just going route 1, straight up the middle. Big Brian Alan Oasi. 15 metres out directly in front. Pick and go again by the Samoan pack. Dunes is driven out of the way. Player stays down for Samoa. Clutching a knee. That's Fritz Lee. Going. McFarlane. Little dab out the back. So close, they're just about there. McFarlane sweeps it away. Try in the corner. Paya Awa. That is what Samoa needed. 25, plays 13, with a kick to come.
What a fantastic try from Samoa, because they took the ball really the sort of half the length of the field in short bursts. There was always somebody coming behind it. When the man was stopped, there was always someone behind it to drive it forward. Secured ball. There was a couple of times it looked it might go forward, but they kept it under control. Fantastic response from Samoa. Fantastic response. It's a really fantastic game. And now if they could kick this conversion, that would narrow the gap even further. But you felt if they didn't score in the next few minutes, this game was going to run away from them, and they have. Now, can they capitalise on it?
Well, Liliafano with the kicking duties. Tell you what, when something good has happened for Samoa, Theo McFarlane has been involved.
Yep.
What a talent he is. The 27-year-old plays for Saracens in England. Weighed 98, 115 kilograms. Wonderful athlete. Very good basketball player as well. And he has stepped up. Chris Vui, the co-captain, ruled out late. Stephen Luatua coming into the second row, but McFarlane's just owned that particular spot. Vital kick, Liliafano. 2 metres in left wing touch. Strikes that. Does he like it? Is it drifting around? Is it drifting around? It is, and that is crucial.
What a kick.
The lead is now 10, 25, plays 15.
What a kick. Right from the touchline. And he struck it beautifully, and it went right between the posts. Fascinating game now. It's really balanced. Can Samoa get hold of the ball and get down into the Japanese territory again, or can Japan secure possession and turn the screw in this game?
14 minutes to go. Samoa playing a man down. Still in it though. Down by 10 points. 25-15. Their second try of the game. Nice take by Fritz Lee. Inside the 22. And just straight up the guts they go again, this time to Matonga. Matavao. It's outside the 22 though. Slightly off centre. Milani Matavao. Away he goes. This hot, quick step and a good carry once again. That was Malolo. Bit of impetus now into the Samoan play. Liliafano with the kick out wide. Coming forward is Lemeki. Mid-air collision. Ball has been knocked on though. Again, it was Gesu McFarlane up there, but it's just come forward. Taken by one of his teammates. It's going to be a knock on and a scrum. 13 minutes to play.
Yeah, it looked
25-15 is your score at Stade Toulouse.
Fascinating, the crowd on the edge of their seats here, because that was a really good kick, and it looked for a moment as though it had broken Samoa's way. And for just for a split second, you kind of thought there was a gap opening that could lead to a try. But Japan have steadied the ship, and now they look for a strong scrum. This game is just fascinating. It's really finely balanced, but the time is not on Samoa's side, so they've got to get this ball back and try and create attacking platforms of their own.
Listening to Rugby World Cup Radio, my name's Nigel Yolden, Hugo McNeil providing the expert analysis. Great as well also to have our good friends at BBC 5 Sports Extra, part of their ongoing comprehensive coverage of Rugby World Cup 2023, wherever you are listening around the world. This is a good 10 points in it, still plenty of time, 12 to play. Scrum goes straight down and a free kick is awarded by Jaco Piper.
Sure, they'll take a reset the scrum, because that'll run the clock down. And actually their scrum is looking much more comfortable than it did at the start. Michael Alatoa not happy with the referee's interpretation, but that doesn't matter. The referee's interpretation is the only one that matters. And Japan not taking their time, not hurrying themselves in getting this scrum formed.
And don't panic, the booing is just because one section of the stadium doesn't want to do the Mexican way. That's clearly where all the scrummaging fans are, because that is what we're watching right now, 5 metres short of halfway. 15 in right wing touches, Japan see it. Playing from right to left, that is west to east. Here at Stade Toulouse. Big scrum as well. They put him on skates here. Earned the penalty. They'll take a shot. Lemeki. Matsushima, wide it comes to Dylan Riley. Riley to Nakambulla. Chip through from Johnny. Can he regather it? He can. They've tackled him. He's only 10 metres short of the try line. Quick ball needed. Saito. Matsushima driven very close to the touchline. Saito again. Warner Dunes gets inside one and he's flung to the ground. Samoa trying to get over top, but they've given away another penalty advantage being played. Pick and go. Trying to squeeze this ball back through the thighs. They're only 3 metres out. Now they swing it away right. Surely. Matsushima trying to get to the outside. He's flung to the ground, but he's popped it up. Nakambulla. Good tackle. Numbers here. They're going to come all the way back, as Nakambulla was very well isolated with plenty of Samoan defenders around him.
Great defence by Samoa there. It looked as though a gap would open up, but they were able to tighten it up, and defending a spot 5 metres from their line, whereas the penalty has been given to Japan. They'll surely go to the corner.
Well,
or maybe they'll go for the scrum. Maybe they'll go for the scrum, because for the first time they had. And actually, the French crowd now, what you're hearing in the back is singing after having sang the Marseillaise. You're getting a burst of Toulousain. We are at home here, of course, of the great Stade Toulousain, heart of French rugby. For many, the greatest rugby city in France.
They go to the line out. We've got big Warner Dunes at 2:01. It's a low throw. Samoa were just more concerned about defending it. Japan trying to rumble this ball to the line. Samoa trying to break it up. It breaks down. Well defended by Samoa, and they've turned it over as well. Less than 10 to play in this game. The opportunity for that vital bonus point for the fourth try.
Yeah, and you
comes
felt
up short by Japan.
And Samoa have somehow kept themselves in the game, because if they had got in for another try, that was surely it. And that's there's
well, it's not all beer and skittles for Samoa.
No.
Which is a way of saying, look, it's not all easy from here. They're still only 5 metres out from their own try line.
Yeah.
Going to have to try and clear narrow in goals as well here at Stade Toulouse. Scrummer's going to pack down 10 metres in from the right wing touch, 5 metres out from their own try line. Samoa just battling away as you would expect from the Manu. Down a man. Never down in heart. Ball whipped away. It's a great carry by Tamua Manu. Slowly though now, as they try and extricate this ball, it's just eating up time that they don't have. Ball goes away to Alatoa. He tries to drive it a few metres clear. 8 out from their own try line. Now Liliafano looks to go deep. Mataval with a clear line, passes. The kick just over Warner Dunes. He's found touch, but it hasn't relieved a lot of pressure. As Craig Evans of Wales puts his flag up 5 metres inside the Samoan 22. It's a near side throw-in. It's a left wing throw-in for Japan. We're about to see Naria Fomai come on in jersey 22, and Ed Fido makes his way to the sideline. That, I believe, just about clears the entire bench for Samoa. In fact, it does. Still a couple of possibilities for Japan if they want to go down that route. Nicely taken by Leach. Ball popped away as they were trying to get a little bit of a play going. Now they're outside the 22, they being Japan. Samoa's defended that well. Ball presented. Saito. Driving forward go the Japanese as they continue to move it to centre field left. Leach with a carry, trying to split and offload. Rolls and presents very well. Continuing right. Oh, nice skip pass. A little bit errant though. Matsushima weaving, and he gets taken down. Lost a bit of ground here, Japan. Midway 10 metre mark in 22. All away, dropping the shoulder and driving forward. That's Ovalu. Samoa, penalty given away. Losing the feet as they're trying to drive through. Just a little bit too eager from Alamanda Matonga. There is 6.5 minutes to go. And they lead by 10. They've got to go to the corner, surely.
They will go to the corner. I'm sure they will on this stage. And Samoa will be frustrated because they had inched their way out of and defended very bravely. Inched their way out of their 20.
Oh, he's taking a shot
at goal. He's taking a shot at goal. Maybe they feel that this game is not won, but it's really hard to see Samoa scoring two tries.
Well, a reminder that at the moment in this pool, Argentina has 4 points, Samoa and Japan have got 5. So a win without a bonus point would give Japan 9 points. What it would do is if Argentina were to beat Chile with a bonus point, it would put both of them on 9, and we would have an early knockout game. Because basically it's Argentina-Japan for who would probably finish second to England in Pool D. Here is Matsuda, dead in front. 34 out. Deliberate action, moves in, strikes it, curls it back beautifully down the middle. It's 28 to 15. So the advantage is 13. And there is only 5.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, that was somewhat surprising. And you wonder, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them at some stage later in this tournament.
Well, I think what they're saying is, look, we know the permutations, we know how it all plays out. They believe that this gives them, they didn't need to take the risk. Now, McFarlane again jumping, he slapped that ball on. There's more changes that have been made. Kenta Fukada is on. First kick is charged down by the debutant. And when I say debutant, this is his first international for Japan. This is the first time that a player has made his full international debut in a Rugby World Cup game since 2007, and that happened in a game against Wales. Michael Leach has been substituted off.
Yeah.
What an extraordinary effort by the 34-year-old.
Yeah, again, frustrating for Samoa. And again, they look at the question of discipline because they've got 9 yellow cards and now today a red card in their past 6 Rugby World Cup matches. And that's going to be hurt. That's going to hurt them.
The other thing too that's going to hurt them too is it dents their chances of at worst finishing third in the pool, and obviously, as we've said before, that means you don't have to try and qualify for the next tournament. Penalty from the scrum to the corner. Michael Alalatua. Everybody, every man is pointing to the corner. Liliafano punches that ball down. Craig Evans says the line-out's going to be 15 short of the right wing touch.
Sliced it a little bit, didn't gain as much ground as he'd like to, but it's still a good position for them.
4 minutes to play. 2 converted tries in 4 minutes would give them a phenomenal victory. Are they capable? Yes. This is Samoa. But that there is just a little bit more time lost. So another change there, as you heard. Jun Lee coming on at first 5. And choosing number 22.
Jamie Joseph spoke about this young man earlier this week, said, you know, we think this game is made for him. Thought maybe we need to influence the outcome, but Japan are in a great position.
Ball has been tipped by Dunes. It comes back to Matavao. Comes away. Running straight across the 22 with a good fend. Then he's taking the ground, having gained no meterage at all for his team. Liliafano, Alanoesi. Great ball from Alalatoa out wide. Malolo gets them 10 out. 7 in right wing touch. Left. McFarlane carries. Takes 2 big bodies with him. Matavao. Alanoesi offloads nicely. Matonga, can he get free? No, he can't. 5 short, in line with the left hand upright. Matavao again, driven back. Tamua Manu, dancing, stepping, trying to evade, taken down. 5 short, again in line with that left hand upright. Alalatoa just turns the corner to the right of the ruck, directly in front of the goal post. Now accidental offside, but it was all under advantage. Now only 2.5 to go. Converted try would get them a bonus point.
Tapped it and going short.
To the right of the upright by 5, away it comes. Player down, I think it's Cramp. Now it comes away, Liliafano!
Oh, he scored!
Oh, he's done it! 2 to go. 28 plays 20. They need a quick conversion. They need a quick conversion. They can't muck around. They've brought out the kicking tee. It's close enough. I'm surprised they didn't just take the drop goal. Liliafano trying to convert. Try converted. Here's a go. Here's a go into Toulouse. It is 28 to 22. Samoa have a losing try bonus point. If they were to score, a conversion would give them the chance to win and take the maximum 5, and then it's they who slide into a wonderful position in Pool D.
Well, not surprising, the Japanese are walking back very, very slowly.
Doesn't matter because the clock has been
is stopped. They now
because
stop
of
the
the
clock
player who's
injury.
gone down. I think that's Tamua Manu. I thought initially it is Cramp. They've got the left leg up, bending the toe back.
Well, what an important kick-off this is. If Japan can somehow regather it, you'd back them to run the clock down. But Samoa have shown that there's not giving up. And if they can secure possession, they will get at least to try and get the chance of one crack, just one crack at really scoring a try. A converted try would win this game, and what a sensational finish that would be.
I think too is Samoa.
Crowd is sort of holding its breath. This crowd is a bit exhausted.
Well,
by this.
he's up. They've got no more subs, do Samoa. So Tamua Manu gets a rousing round of applause.
Yeah, he's limping back. What an important restart. What an important restart. Can Japan regather the ball? If they regather the ball, that could be the match.
78 minutes, 21 seconds shows on the clock. 1 minute 39 remaining. Manu Lemeki to restart. And he just goes deep. Has he gone too deep? Turning, taking. Here comes Samoa. Wide they come. For Ma'i. Stepping away from one. Looking for an inside ball. Can't do it. Down on the 22. Matavao. Short ball, Paya Awa. just outside the 22. 3 in right-hand touch. Comes left. Alaalatoa carries, trying to step his way through. Taken down, rolls, presents beautifully. 15 in left wing touch. Wide, Liliafano. Paya Awa. Little short ball, trying to straighten and go through the middle is Toala. Taken down on the 22 centre field. Matavao, quite happy to snipe. Delivers left. Liliafano trying to get the hands free but can't. Just outside the Samoan 22. 13 in left wing touch. Right it comes. Alan Oesi taking it down, taking the ground in good defence. 45 seconds remain. Little short ball cutting back again. Alaalatoa inside the 22. Patience needed by Samoa. Patience needed defensively by Japan. Lay, that's Jordan Lay carries. Tavao. Liliafano trying to get over that ball is Japan. Penalty, sealing off. They've got an opportunity here to advance, and Michael Alaalatoa.
And the French fans all there, you hear the cries of Samoa, Samoa. They've recognised that possibly one of the greatest comebacks in World Cup history is possible here.
22 points to 8 after 7 minutes in the second half.
Absolutely. And the clock is still rolling, and is coming up to the 80-minute mark.
Ball goes
Is
out.
this going to be the last play of the game?
The line out is going to be taken 2 metres inside Japan's half. It's a left wing throw-in, far side of play.
We're in 80 minutes.
Malolo needs to hit the target. That's step 1. Moving. It's overthrown. Oh, it's been taken away by Japan. Japan are just going to look to clear this, put it to touch, put it to bed. Another Rugby World Cup classic. And it is Japan who claim 4 vital Rugby World Cup points.
Well, as we look around this great stadium in Toulouse, in this great rugby city, they appreciate more places than most when they've seen a cracking game of rugby, and they've seen a cracking game of rugby tonight. And this crowds, the Japanese crowd who've come in big numbers in the last couple of days, the Samoans, but the French who have filled the rest of the stadium, together with all people from different countries who have picked this one of the games that they're going to in the World Cup. Well, they've been rewarded by an absolutely wonderful contest, right open until the game was in the last dying seconds. We thought Japan had done enough to secure it, but there was just a glimpse for Samoa as their players are lying spread-eagled around the pitch, absolutely gutted at the outcome.
Well, they
What a
know
match.
how important this game was to their Rugby World Cup campaign. They know a win here gives them an opportunity to finish maybe at worst third. And what third means is automatic qualifications. It means you can set your plan in place for 2024 through to 2027 of that Rugby World Cup. Any lower than finishing third in your pool, and then you're looking to have to qualify, and it makes it very tough for a lot of those nations. They're not completely done and dusted. They've still got a game against England, and they'll get fizzed up. They would have seen what their Pacific Island brothers Fiji did to England not that long ago, and they will think maybe it could be them.
Yeah,
but a big blow, and you could see the disappointment. Very shortly you're going to hear from your MasterCard player of the match, Rob Vickerman, who's in position. Right now, it's the two teams very familiar with each other. They play a lot of rugby against each other. They've already met once before. And now our MasterCard player of the match is about to step in. That's Lemano Lemeke. Just getting put into position. And very shortly you will hear Rob Vickerman, who's down pitch side for us here on Rugby World Cup Radio. As the crowd, nice round of applause for both teams.
Player of the match, Lemano Lemeke, he's going to receive the award from Dylan, inspiring future generations of Japanese rugby players. So just hand it over there, Dylan. Arigatou gozaimasu. Lemano, 2 years without Test rugby. You'd never believe it, but what does it feel like to be back?
pretty unbelievable. I thought it was long gone. The dream was long gone 2 years ago. To get the call up after the season had just gone, like as a backup for the members. So I was like, half a chance better than no chance, and just ran with it, and here I am again, luckily.
Certainly is. And what are you saying in the camp? Dare you to dream to go deeper into this tournament?
Mate, it's these camps have been really tough. But we've had league coaches, all these wrestling is, you know what it's like, stuff that's not fun, but it seems to be working, and we put a lot of emphasis in this game. Now it's sort of pretty much knockout footy for us now, so this was the first step, and next week we've got to try and beat a tough Argentinian team as well.
Mano Mastercard, player of the match. What an effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can I just say hi to everyone back in Japan? 日本の皆さん応援ありがとうございました。本当に力になりまして、エリカ love you.
Any chance better than no chance?
The Mano Lameki, your MasterCard player of the match. Smiles, big smiles on the faces of the Japanese, who are now embracing and hugging and